want us to get started laying on our backs. You can have your feet planted hip width distance apart. Feet maybe are just underneath the knees, maybe a little in front, whatever's comfortable. Start to make a diamond shape here with your hands. I'm going to place the diamond shape on our belly such that my thumbs maybe a half an inch below my belly button, index fingers pointing down towards my knees. I'm going to start to find neutral spine right away. So I'm aligning my spine, almost imagining like there's a marble floating in the middle of my fingertips. So I'm not in an arch or a tuck. On your inhale, bring a deep arch into your low back. Almost imagine like the marble floats down towards your index fingers. And on your exhale, round and tuck, try to flatten your low back into the mat. Find this really nice spinal articulation. Inhale, we arch, marble floats towards your index fingers. And exhale, round and tuck. Use your core, marble floats towards your thumbs. One more inhale. And exhale. Okay, we'll come back through center. You're going to find neutral spine here. So imagining again, like your marble is floating in the middle of your fingertips. Index fingers and thumbs are aligned in one horizontal plane. Then I want you to bring your arms down by your side. Press your palms firmly into the mat. Broaden through your pecs, light up through your triceps. Breath in. Exhale, tuck your pelvis like we just did, and then slowly peel yourself all the way up into a lifted bridge. Okay, at the top here, start to redirect your energy out of your quads and out of your glutes. Start to bring it into your hamstrings, but mostly make this a lower abdominal exercise. Inhale at the top, press into your arms. And exhale, we tuck and roll ourselves all the way down, one vertebrae at a time. Back through center, inhale, find neutral, reset. And exhale, slow articulation lifts you all the way up. So I'm trying to take this out of the quads, not a glute bridge. Rather, we're thinking pelvic curl. And then on your way down, tuck and roll, unravel through that movement. Find length out through your tailbone, setting one vertebrae onto the mat at a time. Okay, two more, just oiling up through the spine. Little bit of core awakening. And exhale all the way down. Okay, one more breath in. Exhale up. Inhale. And exhale all the way down. Okay, nice. Really slowly, I want you to exhale, lift yourself all the way up, and we're going to hold you for a bit. So today's going to be a twisting kind of obliques focus series, so I want to get a little bit of awakening for the obliques. Your inhale, you drop just the right hip. Left hip stays where it is. Exhale, lift. Inhale, left hip drops. Exhale, lift. And lift. It's almost like a little oblique rinsing here. You have to relax through that hip flexor that's dropping onto the floor. And then really use that oblique to lift that hip up. And up. And up. Now I'm keeping my core zipped up and in, trying not to breathe through my belly, rather thinking lateral expansion of the rib cage. So I'm breathing above my belly button to keep the core engaged the whole time. And up. Nice. Two more each side. Last one. Nice and high. Okay, from here, inhale, lift your fingertips overhead. One line of energy from your fingertips out through your knees. Exhale all the way down to your mat. Keep reaching your fingertips up. Really nice. You can hug your knees in towards your chest. Reset through your spine. Reset through the core, the low back. Okay, and then slowly start to bring your legs up into tabletop. I'm going to have them hip width distance apart to start. I'm going to have my arms down by my side. So in this position, make sure that you're mindful of what's going on with your low back. You're not arching here. Rather, your knees are tracking over your hips. So you're starting to bring your body into neutral. So I'm bringing a teeny little tuck into my pelvis here just to make sure I can keep neutral. Think core is already lighting up. So this is a hard space to be in already. Breath in. And breath out, hold. Okay, inhale, we tap the right toe down. Exhale, we lift. Inhale, left. Exhale, lift. So you can even lift your chest for a moment, making sure that your hips are in line, your core is in line as well, then drop the head back down. You can also even place your fingertips here onto your belly to make sure that your core here is not coning and flaring, rather making sure it's tucked in. So that tactile feedback should be super helpful. And tap. Okay, one more each side. Always option to stay here with the head on the floor, or I'm interlacing my fingertips behind my head, lifting my head and my chest up. My elbows come into my peripheral vision while my shoulder blades relax here. Okay, same movement. We lower the right, lift, and left. So I actually find it easier to be in a neutral spine with my head lifted. Maybe you have that too in your body. But it is obviously a lot more challenging here on the rectus abdominis. So those are kind of what we think of, those classic bread loafing six-pack muscles. That is what's going to be working here. But I'm still in my neutral, so I'm actually not tucking or curling. Still trying to find length out through my tailbone. So that means that your height might be a little bit lower than you're used to, because this is not a crunch. Okay, we're going to add a twist. Let's do one more right tap. One more left. Back through center. This time, you're going to lower the right toe and you're going to rotate over to the left, so that bent knee. So this is actually going to be your exhale. I'm switching the breath. Inhale back through center. Exhale, left elbow towards the right as you tap the left knee. So you're always rotating to the side with the lifted knee. And rotate. And rotate. I am keeping neutral here as well. So if that elbow is touching the knee, you have gone too far. So you'll even notice it here. You can actually take a moment with your body. If you start to curl your body forward here and bring elbow to knee, you actually lose so much length in your spine. So I want to train a really deep rotation. And we're working through neutral the whole time. And exhale. That exhale, you're thinking wringing out through your waist. Finding really deep heat here right away in layers of your core. I'm thinking obliques, rectus as well. Little bit of transverse, that's the wrapping corset muscle from your belly button all the way to your spine. But we will definitely be getting into that later. Really nice. Okay, you're going to meet me in a really nice rotation over to the left. So that means your right toes are hovering off the mat. I'm actually going to have my right toes a few inches off the mat. Breath in, hold. Exhale, left leg goes long in a diagonal. Inhale in. Exhale left. And inhale in. Okay, keep breathing through. I'm keeping my left toes lifted the whole time. They're just shooting out on a diagonal. If you drop that leg, you're going to start to get into glute. And we don't need to get into the glute. Let's do 2. 1. Okay, back through center, chest through center, bend the knees in. Breath in just for a moment. For a little break. Exhale, we rotate. Okay, so now I have the left toes down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, right toes extend. And in. Out. And in. Really nice. Think length out through your right toe. I'm trying to release energy out through my right hip flexor as well. And in. Okay, a few more. And we've got the chest on the floor. Let's do 2. 1 more. Back through center. Chest comes to the floor, hug your knees in. Give yourself a squeeze. Relax the neck. Breath in. And breath out. Okay. I'm going to open my arms out into a T. Palms are going to face up to the sky. Bringing one leg up at a time through tabletop again. Squeezing my knees together and my ankles. So a little spine twist supine. Take an inhale. Exhale, find neutral. Okay, we're gonna start to move now. Inhale, knees go over to the right, but you only go as far as you can go without collapsing in your spine. So this is not a stretch. You're not letting your knees collapse fully. They're squeezing together the whole time, and my left shoulder blade is still glued on the mat. Okay, knees come back through center. Other side, we'll take that pause too. So knees to the left, still thinking length out through the tailbone. My core is working, so my right obliques here are keeping my knees lifted. Right shoulder blade on the floor, back through center. Okay, we add the breath. So inhale, knees to the right. Your exhale lifts them through center. Your breath out here is on the exertion. So my exertion in this exercise is bringing the knees back up through center. Keeping neutral the whole time. And exhale, lift. Here it's very important that we do breathe above the belly button, so getting wide in the rib cage, because you don't want to breathe through the belly and then lose all of that nice supporting core work. I'm thinking this is like a spinal rinse, but I am getting a little bit of oblique work as well. Okay, 2 more each side. Last one to the right. Last one to the left. Back through center. Slowly release both feet down to the mat. And you're just going to pancake flop over to one side. So I'm going to be on my right so you all can see me. And I'm going to lay myself nice and flat. So my body is going to be aligned here. We're going to start with a little bit of work on the side and then eventually come up into some side planking. So feet are in line with the hips, with the shoulders and the head. My right bottom arm, palm is facing up. Top arm is going to come in front. Just watch that shoulder so it doesn't collapse. Think nice back open chest. Okay, and now I'm going to engage through my right bottom oblique, so much so that maybe I have a little sliver of space here between my right side and the floor. And I'm also imagining like I'm pulling energy out through my left, my top hip here, to stack it on top of the right. Okay, so this should already be a challenging position to hold. Inhale. Exhale, lift the legs up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Okay. As we're moving through this, I'm thinking exclusively obliques are working. As I lift, I'm closing this gap between my side body and the floor. And I'm thinking just kissing my toes to the floor, so letting them hover most of the time here. I'm going to hold up in 3, 2, 1. Hold it up nice and high here, so make sure obliques are working. I'm going to externally rotate my legs, slowly bend my left knee, bring my left toes to the inner side of my right thigh. Lift, extend. So I'm going to bicycle this leg up and around. What are we working here? So this is all obliques here. I'm thinking obliques are keeping my legs lifted. Super easy to let the legs collapse, then we don't get that work. I'm also getting a bonus hamstring stretch and hip opening. And lift. Okay, 3. Inner thighs are working as well. 2. 1 more. Okay, back through center. Bring your legs back into parallel. 1 more move. I want you to slowly start to bring your left foot to kind of meet the area right above your right knee. We're going to clamshell. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. So I'm exhaling as my knee comes down to the floor, because that's actually helping me engage through my left oblique a lot more. I'm thinking connection of the left oblique to the knee closing and close. Really using this as adding some instability for that side work rather than thinking hip opening or closing. 3, 2, 1. Up, extend it long, return the feet to the floor. Okay, nice. Now we're going to come up onto our forearm. So I'm going to show you in a full plank variation. There's always option to do this on the knees, where you can have the top leg extended long, bottom knee is down. But what I'm going to do here is line up my shoulder blade here on top of my elbow. I'm going to lift myself up nice and high so both of my legs are stacked. Fingertips are going to come towards the sky. Also, at any point, you can rotate your gaze down to the floor too. That feels good. Okay, inhale. Your exhale, you're going to lift the hips up an inch and up. So the accent is up here. I'm actually starting from a neutral plank, and then I'm lifting my hips up and up here. So I have a fist for my wrist here on the right hand. You can also flatten that hand, whatever is most supportive for you here. Okay, a few more. 2, 1. Back through center, thread the needle. So inhale, open your chest if that feels good. Exhale, reach it underneath. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate. So I'm actually lingering in this chest expansion. It feels really good on my body. And then I'm rotating and reaching underneath my body here, trying to keep my hips square, but it's very, very hard, but that is what I'm trying to do. Okay, 3, 2, last one. Okay, back through center, return the hips down for a sec. Now we're gonna come up onto our hand. So rather than being on the right forearm, I'm gonna be on my right hand this time. I'm going to extend my bottom leg long on a diagonal. I'm actually gonna flex my right foot, and then I'm gonna plant my left foot behind me. My knee is gonna face up towards the sky. I'm gonna start with the bent left hand. Breath in to prepare. Exhale, I'm gonna lift just the hips up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So for yogis, not a wild thing, because wild thing is a full reach up and over. Rather, I want you to think your body's almost in a plank here. I'm just dropping and lifting. Okay, a few more. 3. We're gonna hold up 2. 1 more. All the way up. Okay, root down into your left foot, breath in, little balance. Exhale, we hover and kick the right leg up 5 times. Wow, harder for me too today. 3, 4, 5, lower your hips. Okay, we're gonna flip it around. Laying myself all the way flat here on my left side. Feet are in one straight line with my hips, with my shoulders, lifting that bottom oblique off the mat. Legs in parallel. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, legs lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. So just hovering my feet just off of the floor. Really working here on the obliques. This is lateral flexion. Squeezing inner thighs together. And up. And up. So my left inner thigh is already starting to burn. Let's do a few more. Then we'll hold it up. 3. Making sure that right shoulder doesn't creep forward. 2. Last one. Okay, really nice. Holding the legs up. Think obliques, keeping your legs lifted. External rotation of your legs. I'm going to bend my right knee, place my right toes kind of on the upper side, I'd say, of my thigh. I'm going to kick my leg up and then extend, so like a bicycle. Scraping my toes along my inner thigh and extend. Remembering this is kind of a secondary hip opening and secondary hamstring stretch. I'm truly focusing on how my obliques are keeping my left leg lifted. And lift. Okay, a few more. Let's do 4. And we've just got clamshell. Okay, I realized my left leg was starting to fall. I'm lifting it up a little higher. 2, 1. Nice. Lift it up. Return the right foot to meet the left. And then go ahead and plant the right foot either just above your knee or right below. Take an inhale. Hip opening. Exhale, close that knee. Inhale, open. Exhaling to close here. So I'm focusing my exhale really on the engagement of the twist. The work here into that right top oblique is on the exhale. And exhale. Okay, a few more. We're on the forearm. 2. 1 more. Up. Extend the legs long. Place them onto the floor. Okay, now we're going to slide our left forearm under our body. Starting to float myself up here. Inhale, pushing down into my left hand. Exhale, up with the hips. And up. And up. So I'm barely moving. I'm really focused on my inner thighs squeezing together. Focusing on the support here of my entire core girdle here. So think transverse, keeping you supported. And then I'm always making sure that I'm still pushing energy into my left hand, my left elbow, so I don't collapse into my left shoulder. Okay, we do 4, 2, 1. Nice and high. Inhale, chest expansion. Exhale, we thread. Inhale. And exhale. Then we're going to be up on our hand. Open. And rotate. Okay, 3, 2, last one. Okay, back through center, hips come down for a sec. Lift yourself up onto your left hand. Okay, I'm gonna set up with my left leg nice and straight. Gonna flex through my left foot. It's kind of out at a diagonal, pressing energetically into my right foot. I'm opening through this right hip. Think knee is opening. And I'm gonna start with my right hand in, or right elbow in by my side. Breath in to prepare. Exhale, we lift. Inhale. And exhale. So try not to arch your back. I'm just lifting my body and my hips straight up. And lift. I'm really thinking energy into the knife edge of my right foot as I lower. I'm planting it and lifting. Okay, a few more. We're gonna stay lifted for some balance. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and high. Okay, readjusting my right foot. Let's see, breath in. Exhale, left leg lifts up. Just 5. Super, super hard for me too, but so good on the obliques. I'm absolutely on fire. Nice. Up, lower, hips come down. Okay, really nice. Can turn and face towards the front side of your mat and start to sit yourself back. Meet me in a nice child's pose. Reach your fingertips nice and long. A little bit of moving into side planking to end our class. So my legs are in parallel, but I am taking a moment just to relax through my upper body, relax my shoulder blades, breath in and breath out. Okay, knees are in parallel. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, full articulation all the way out to the crown of your head into your plank. Okay, starting here with a moment of stillness. My feet are hip width distance apart, nice and planted. I'm up on my toes. Now I'm energetically wrapping my shoulder blades kind of up and behind my shoulder girdle to keep myself lifted. So I'm almost thinking there's a broadening through my chest. Then, if you have a mirror, you can check in with your hips here, making sure that they're just about the same height as your shoulders. Okay, on your inhale, you bend your knees, sit yourself back. Exhale, nice and long. So, less articulation here. Rather, I'm really focused on trying to keep my body in neutral as I sit back and I extend forward. So I'm generating some really deep heat in my body. I think quads, I'm thinking triceps, lats. Core is already working because we've been working in all of class. Okay, 3, 2, last one, and extend. Okay, from here, I'm gonna be on my left hand. I'm gonna roll onto the inside of my right foot and the outer edge of my left foot. So I'm in like a modified side plank, making sure here my right leg is in front, left leg is behind, opening through my chest. Okay, listen carefully. Inhale to prepare. Your exhale, almost like you're threading the needle. Close your arm in, and then you're gonna come under your body, come onto your left toes, reach out to the outer side of your left foot. Inhale back. So I'm exhaling to reach. This is all obliques. Inhale back. Your exhale, like you're piking your hips up. Come on to your left toe and up. Left arm is really firing here. A few more, but not quite done here with the left side. 3, 2, 1 more. Okay, back through center. Slowly I'm gonna hover my left knee in front of me, kick it out, we lower, exhale, lift, lower, lift. Can also be done on your left forearm too. Okay, right inner thigh is absolutely on fire. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted, bend your knee in. Top hand comes behind your head, breath in. Exhale, crunch elbow to knee. Inhale, extend, kick the left leg long. Just 5 total. Exhale, right there with you. This is hard. My body is shaking. 2, 1, out. Both hands come back to the floor. Both feet come down. Whew, pike your hips up, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And long breath out. Okay, you do not need to flip around, but I'm gonna quickly flip just so you can see side 2. So I'm back into my downward facing dog. Gonna come up onto my toes and then articulate myself all the way long into my plank. Okay, we're gonna go over here to side 2. So I'm gonna pivot onto the inner side of my left foot, outer side of my right, opening through my left chest here. Inhale to prepare. Your exhale, you pike your hips up, thread the needle, reach left hand to the outer side of your right foot. Inhale back. So I'm exhaling, reach. So this is a slow movement. If you move too quickly, you're actually not gonna feel that really deep twisting and opening. We're working so hard that my hair is falling out of my hair tie. This is really freaking hard. I'm rotating up onto my right toes and inhaling to reset. Exhale. Using my sharp breath out to engage. Let's do 2. And we hold. 1 more. Okay, back through center. I'm slowly bending my right knee in, kicking it out, extend. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift. Lower, lift. One more move this side and that's it. 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted, bend it in. Left hand behind your head, breath in. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reset, kick the right leg long. Exhale. And inhale. 4 more. Try not to sink in towards your right shoulder. 2, 1, back. Return the hands back. Return the feet back. Slowly pike it up. Whew, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And long breath out. Okay, 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Okay, I'm gonna come down to my knees slowly. Option to take a really wide leg child's pose if you like it. So knees are mat width distance apart. Feet come together. You can roll side to side, your hips. Okay, once you found stillness through center, option for a reverse prayer. It should feel really good here on the arms. Hands are gonna come together at the base of your neck. I'm actually from here gonna crawl my hands forward, my elbows forward. And then I'm gonna sit myself back. Feel this really deep stretch in my triceps. Deep breath in. And on your exhale, you can extend your arms nice and long. 1 more inhale. Exhale, slowly sit yourself up onto your heels. Okay. And that was our side lying series. Thank you.